Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lukenessmonster. Today, we're going to be reviewing the Star Wars The BlackSeries Jedi Temple Guard. This one is number 20 in the Clone Wars line. Flipping around to the side, we do have this amazing mural artwork of the Jedi Temple Guard. And flipping around to the back, we also have the bio, which you can pause and read, as well as, of course, that exact same mural artwork. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on with the box, so let's crack this guy open and see what he looks like. So we do have the brand new Jedi Temple Guard figure out of the box, and I gotta say, he is looking quite phenomenal. I'm absolutely in love with all the gold accents on this guy's robes. I think they're quite stunning, and they really pulled this whole outfit together. He also does have these gold and silver accents all around the belt. I don't know if these are supposed to be like keys, or if they're just kind of like these decorative bits for the belt, but they're looking really nice. He, of course, does come with his double-bladed yellow lightsaber, which I think looks absolutely stunning. This is actually my first ever yellow lightsaber in the Black Series, and I do really like the color choice with it. I think it suits this guy pretty well, and it does kind of match those gold accents. Now, in some different pieces of media, we have seen the Jedi Temple Guard lightsaber basically split in the middle and like kind of collapse up. This one doesn't do that, which honestly is fine. I don't think it really needs to do that. I like the double-bladed look. With all Black Series lightsabers, the blades are, of course, removable. And there is a little peg here on the saber, and so if you want it to go on his belt like he's not using it, it fits on just like that. It's a little clunky, it's a little big for the character, but it does fit on there pretty nicely, which I think is cool. I always like weapon storage whenever they have it. Jumping into articulation for this guy, starting with the head or helmet, he does have a ball joint on the inside of the hood there, so it can look left and right. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to get any movement from the actual hood itself, and so obviously you can turn it to the left or to the right, but the hood doesn't go with it, so it just looks a little silly. So honestly, this is one that you're going to want to keep kind of just looking straight forward. Again, same with the neck. There is a ball joint at the bottom of the neck, but it's pretty much completely inaccessible. Looking at the shoulders, he can get up into a T-pose here. Now, he isn't able to go all the way around because these robes and giant shoulder pads are going to get in the way. But he does have the butterfly joints down like underneath his shoulders, and they actually have quite a bit of range of motion, which genuinely surprised me. I thought these big kind of shoulder pad robes would get in the way, but they don't at all, which is really nice. If anything, they actually use this to hide a very large butterfly joint under there, which I think is great. Looking at the elbows here, he does get well past 90 degrees, one of the best elbow cuts I've seen in a long time. There is a gauntlet swivel here, which is great. And then another figure that has ball-jointed wrists. I love ball-jointed wrists in the Black Series. I'm really glad to see them start to use it on a lot more modern figures like this, so really happy with the ball-jointed wrists, and I can't wait to see what figures in the future they use these for. He does have a ball joint at the waist. Looking at the legs here, no thigh cuts, but I'm guessing he does have those extended hips, and of course he does. These soft goods robes don't hinder the articulation at all, so he can kick up the normal length, but there is some paint here on the robes, and if you stretch this paint, as I just did, it's going to crack. So be careful when posing the legs of this guy, because, like I said, this paint just cracked right there. Obviously, I did it just to inform you guys and show you guys what not to do. Looking at the knees here, they do get about 90 degrees. No boot swivel, surprisingly, but there are pivots and rockers. This is the Jedi Temple Guard, so first up for comparisons, we have some Jedi. Of course, we have to have the GOATs with Anakin and Obi-Wan on the left and the right. These two figures are easily the best Black Series figures ever made, and so I had to compare them next to this Jedi Temple Guard. Honestly, I think they're looking really good. Now, unfortunately, we don't see these characters interact a ton with the Jedi Temple Guard in the Clone Wars. They're there every once in a while, and I think there is one scene where we do see Anakin fight with the Jedi Temple Guards, or I guess alongside them. But yeah, these two look great together, and I am really glad we're getting some more fan favorite characters like this Jedi Temple Guard in the line. Continuing the Jedi trend, we do have Luminara on the left and Kit Fisto on the right. Ideally, I think the best way to display this Jedi Temple Guard is with other Jedi figures, and so that's what we're doing here, is just trying to compare this guy to as many Jedi figures as possible, and these two are looking great next to him. And continuing that trend, we do have Barriss Offee on the left and Mace Windu on the right. Both are also looking great as well. Now, this is pretty interesting because we actually do see Barriss Offee fight the Jedi Temple Guard in the Clone Wars whenever she reveals that basically she's gone against the Jedi and she steals Ventress's lightsabers to fight them with. So unfortunately, I don't have any Ventress lightsabers on me at the moment to actually like recreate this fight, but we do see Barriss fight the Jedi Temple Guard in the Clone Wars, so I had to do a comparison with her here. And then last but not least for comparisons, we do have Ahsoka Tano on the right, and we have the 501st Trooper on the left. This is specifically the version from the Kenobi show. I figured Ahsoka is going to go great next year's Jedi Temple Guard because they're both important Clone Wars characters, and Ahsoka Tano is one of the best figures in the Black Series, so she is going to look great next year Jedi Temple Guard. And I also figured the Jedi Temple Guard were probably present during Order 66, and unfortunately we don't ever see them, but I figured a 501st Trooper would be great to pose next to him because of course they do storm the Jedi Temple and kill all the Jedi. Now I would really love to see some kind of series or some kind of animation that actually shows the Jedi Temple Guard fighting the 501st and Anakin Skywalker, but unfortunately we've never seen that, and I think that's something that we're definitely missing out on. But yeah, I do imagine that the Jedi Temple Guard probably fought the 501st during the March on the Jedi Temple. But yeah, overall, I absolutely love this figure. I think this has been a fan favorite character for quite some time now, and he's definitely been one of the most wanted Black Series figures, so it is really nice to see him finally added to the line. He does have some pretty solid articulation, I think the sculpting looks great, and overall, he's just a very nice, visually appealing figure. I also just think it's really nice to see that Hasbro is listening to the community and making fan favorite characters like this to bring to the line. I think this figure turned out great, and I do suggest it to anybody who hasn't already picked up this figure. If you did enjoy, make sure to go down, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.